Hi there guys, and welcome to Guitar Interactive Magazine. My name's Tom Quayle, and today I've got something quite special from Fender for you on review. This is an American Vintage Series 65 Strat, and this is part of, as I say, the American Vintage Series, which Fender have reissued basically from sort of the mid-50s to the mid-60s, and they've done quite a few different models that basically are reissues of specific different models from that era that really take the the vintage idea of those guitars and update them slightly, but keep some of the say the vintage pickups, the spacing of the headstock, various different issues that make them feel like vintage guitars. And this particular model, a 65 in Olympic white, as this one is, it's got quite a few unique features that were around in the 65 Strats. For instance, we've got a C-shaped fat neck here. This is a sort of 65 vintage C-shaped neck, and it's a lot wider. When the Strat came out in the 65, they used this wider shaped neck, and it's got a good girth on it. It feels not like a baseball bat, but it's definitely a lot thicker than, say, if you're used to playing some kind of shred 80s guitar. So this is going to give you a heart attack, but it's certainly a really great feel and shape to the neck on this guitar. Other features, we've got the larger dot inlays that were introduced on the 65 guitar, the 65 spacing between the tuners. We've got vintage hardware in terms of the bridge and the tremolo system. They've even gone as far as in 65 they used an enamel coating on the pickup wire, and they've gone down to details like that. So you'll find that these are vintage specific pickups for the 65 era. We've got, if we go back to the neck here, we've got round laminated dark rosewood, which was introduced in 65. So really the details are all very specific to this era of the Strat. And again, they do a Tele series that's very similar, so on and so forth. Okay, so really interesting that they've decided to do this and kind of update it at the same time as well. So really nice. So let's just start up at the headstock, just look through the woods and have a look what's going on here in terms of construction. So as you'd expect, always, we've got a maple neck here and traditional sort of Fender logo and headstock shape, exactly what you'd expect. If we just turn the guitar over, got vintage tuners, spaced, as I say, for the 65 reissued design. Very simple appearance here. We've got nitrocellulose finish on here, which is kind of cool because obviously with it being that kind of vintage feel, you'll get that kind of cracking going on that you used to get on nitrocellulose finishes, which looks really great and obviously gives that kind of vintage vibe. Very basic. It's, guitars weren't, you didn't have crazy inlays and stuff going on back in the day. So very basic looking guitar, but superbly constructed. Looking at the neck joint here, if I just turn this way a little bit, you can see a real serious heel on here where the neck's bolted in. Real big chunk of wood. So this is not designed for stupidly high upper fret access. This is a vintage instrument. It's a man's instrument, a lot of people would say. So it's got that kind of, more kind of old school design. Okay, just turning back over, we've got an older body. 3-ply pick guard, which was classic for the period. Okay, we've got traditional, as I say, enamel coated wound pickups, and a 6-screw tremolo system with a traditional tremolo arm, as you can see, with a great action. Actually, it's floating, set up for floating, so you can pull back as well as push down. Aged tone knobs and volume knob, and then a 5-way pickup selector switch, which does exactly what you'd expect. It's wired the same way as all of the, or majority of other Strats. So neck pickup, neck and middle and bridge, okay? So yeah, I mean, it's a phenomenally well constructed guitar, exactly what you expect at this price range from Fender. Fender obviously make nothing but great instruments. Classic Strat design. If you're after that kind of vintage feel of a 65 or even earlier, if you want to get one of the earlier Strats, this is a great price range because you don't have to get into that kind of custom shop price range, which is definitely out of reach for the majority of guys. This is high end, but not insanely so. Okay, so let's have a listen to the different pickup combinations, starting on a clean sound, listen to what we've got, and then we'll move over to a crunch setting. Okay, so we'll start on the bridge position. Obviously, these are single coils, and we'll have a listen to how they sound. Okay, while we're here, let's just check out the tone control, so we'll roll it halfway off. So classic Strat tones. Okay, let's move up to the bridge and middle position. And then into the middle position. And then middle and neck. And then finally into the neck position. Okay, let's try the same thing now with the crunch channel engaged. Starting with the bridge position again. Just roll the volume down so we can hear how this cleans up. Okay, and then volume all the way back up and into bridge and middle position. Okay, middle position. Okay, now middle and neck. And then finally into the neck position. So, all your classic Strat tones, very 60s kind of vibe to this guitar, obviously, but with kind of modern construction techniques, and you get a ton of extras with this guitar as well. So here's what you get. You get the guitar, you get a strap. Let me grab this strap for you so you can see it. This is rather nice. Fender leather strap, padded, okay. Really nice accessory. You get lead, cleaning cloth, obviously all the tools that you need, and you get a really tasty G&G custom hard case, which is a great addition actually, because these vintage G&G cases look absolutely superb and they're great for carrying the instrument around in, but they're really nice and sturdy as well. Okay, so really high-end case as well. Great all-round package for a price that really doesn't break the bank too much if you're after a high-end guitar. Okay, so that's the American Vintage Series 65 Strat, available in 3 different finishes. Hope you've enjoyed the review, and I will see you next time.